I think, so this is going to be heavily library dependent, right? Every library looks different. I mean, books are obviously like, we love getting books from the library. It expands. Like, I don't have an unlimited book budget. You probably don't have an unlimited book budget. So it expands and brings in so many more books than we could ever have gotten on our own. And so many libraries now have special collections that aren't books. So some libraries are starting to build board game collections, for example. We have a couple of libraries near us that have board game collections. Those are great to add some games into our homeschooling and to work on different skills. Some libraries are starting to have collections of STEM kits, which are like STEM experiments all in a kit. You can check it out. They have all the pieces you need. Some libraries even are starting to get other bigger equipment. Like I know there's a library near us where you can check out a keyboard. There's one where you can check out a sewing machine. So libraries there's not every library, of course. It's heavily dependent on what they have the funding to access. Right. But many libraries are starting to move their collections beyond just books. And so there is so many things that we can access that, especially when you're trying to work on a limited budget, especially like thinking about some of those things like board games or sewing machine or whatever, like those can really add up. So being able to get them from the library can really add an extra dimension. And so it's really neat seeing all the different little special collections that libraries have. And if you're part of a lot of libraries, not all of them, but a lot of them are part of a bigger system. So for example, my library is just small. It doesn't have any special collections, but because it's connected to these other libraries, I have access to the special collections of those libraries. And they're really, really unique. One of them even has a cake pan that you can check out, different cake pans you can check out. And more libraries are also starting to get passes that you can check out, like to museums or zoos. And this is such a great way to visit places on a budget because you can check out the pass and go, and it acts just as if it was your own pass. And so if you are wanting to add in more field trips, but you're feeling limited by budget constraints, check to see if your library has any passes available to you.
Right. Yeah. It's amazing the things that can be added there. I remember when those passes first came out. It was a long time ago, and it was like, oh, really? We can actually go and here and there, and it's not going to cost me anything. I just have to make sure I reserve it.